Spooks, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can achieve this glam Chucky makeup look. Now if you're subscribed to my channel or you've been following along with my Halloween season, you will actually see that I already did the original Chucky this Halloween. Now I don't normally do that. If I'm doing the same character, I like to spread it out usually between multiple years. However, I was just feeling inspired. I know not all of you want to do the intense special effects makeup look, so I want to give you wearable options as well. And I feel like a really fun wearable option that you can wear to a party and still be in a really great character is Chucky. So I wanted to make a pretty glam version of him as well, that all of the products I use, you can also use eyeshadows and other pieces in order to make it come to life. So anyways, with all that being said, if you guys are interested in seeing how you can achieve this glam Chucky makeup look, then just keep watching. Hey Spooks, so to get ready, I'm just going to be popping in some blue contact lenses before moving on to priming my face. I'm going to be taking my Buckle Bunny Beauty Fringe Benefit Primer and applying this all over my face before going into my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation in medium neutral and applying this using my IT Cosmetics Airbrush Blurring Foundation Brush. Next, I'm going to begin contouring my face by taking my Buckle Bunny Beauty Cream to Powder Foundation in Mocha, and using this, I'm going to be applying this to the areas that I want to add a shadow around the perimeter of my face and my nose, and then I'm just going to be blending this out. Now, once this happens, I'm then going to be highlighting my face by taking my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in number 14 and applying it to areas that I now want to brighten in case it might have gotten a little muddy. So this is under my eye, my forehead, my nose, and my Cupid's bow, and I'm just going to be blending that out. And once that is done, you then want to go ahead and go into your setting powder. I'm going to be using my Airspun translucent powder and just set that concealer so it doesn't move throughout the rest of the makeup process or your day. Following that, I'm going to be taking my Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Primer and priming my eyelids before moving on to eyeshadow. I'm going to be going into my original Jaclyn Hill Morphe eyeshadow palette, taking this highlight color and highlighting my brow bone before going into this nude peach color, and I'm just going to be bringing that in throughout the crease just to serve as a transition shade. I'm going to be bringing that down to the lower lash line as well. I'm then going to be going into this bright mustard color, and I'm going to be applying that into the crease as well to help brighten that up as a transition shade. And then I'm going to be going into this nice rusty red color, and starting at the outer corner of the eye, I'm going to be creating a V and bringing that in towards the crease, and then just make sure to blend that out so that you don't have any harsh lines. And then I'm even going to be bringing that down to the lower lash line as well. I'm then going to be going into this bright red eyeshadow and doing the exact same thing, and we're just going to be slowly building the vibrancy of this color by adding more dimension and just building them up. And once again, you just always want to make sure to blend as you go so that everything just kind of blends seamlessly into one another, especially since we're going into this black eyeshadow. We are definitely going to want to be blending because black is such a harsh and stark color that if you don't blend, it is going to have a lot of streaks, and that's just what we're trying to avoid with this glam look. So next, I'm going to be going into this burgundy eyeshadow, and once again just doing the same thing, just kind of darkening it up a little bit more and even bringing that down to the lower lash line before we go into highlighting the lid. And I'm just going to be taking this nice rose gold color and popping it into the center of the lid, and then going into this darker red metallic color as well, before coming to the conclusion that I just did 2 eyes worth of makeup when I only needed to do 1. Ha! So next I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid eyeliner in black, and I'm just going to be doing this on one eye, but I am going to be applying my Maybelline Lasting Drama eyeliner in black on both lower waterlines just because those are both going to be dark anyway, so that's not that big of a deal. But once that is done, I'm going to be moving on to contouring my face again. I'm going to be going into my Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette, taking medium and dark cocoa and just applying this to the areas that we contoured earlier, and this is going to help set that cream contour as well. I'm then going to be using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and just bronzing my face before going on to blush, where I'm going to be taking my Disney ColourPop Designer Collection Enchanted Mirror Blush and just applying this to the apples of my cheeks before going into my BH Cosmetics Spotlight Highlight Palette, taking these colors, mixing them together, and just applying that to my cheekbones and my nose. Moving on to lips, I'm going to be taking my MAC Lip Pencil in Spice and just outlining my lips before moving on to my ColourPop Lippy Sticks in Cami and applying this all over my lips as well. And this wasn't quite the color I was looking for, so I ended up adding a few more on top of that. I started off with my Tarte Tartiest Lip Paint in Front Row and applied that all over my lips before going into a more glossy look with my NYX Slip Tease in Camel and applied that right on top, and I was very happy with this color combination. Moving on to the special effects portion of this makeup, I'm going to be going into my 𝐌𝐞𝐝𝐢𝐴N Pro Paint in Magenta and just outlining the injured part of his eye and going ahead and filling that in and lightly blending it outwards just so we can kind of create the irritation. And I'm going to be working on creating his gashes. I like to use a reference photo for these, and I hold it up to the mirror and basically just kind of copy it so that way it looks the exact same and that I don't end up trying to paint it the opposite way on accident. This just kind of helps keep me in check and make sure I'm putting everything where it needs to go. And this was already a little easier for me because I did do this for my previous Chucky tutorial. And like I said, if you don't have any body paints, you can definitely use anything like eyeshadows or lipsticks. I've seen people use liquid lipsticks for special effects looks. Those are all very, very easy to do. Just definitely use whatever works best for you. But since I had my body paints, I decided to go ahead and use those. Next, I'm going to be mixing my 𝐷𝐼𝐼𝐴N Pro Paint in Magenta with Eggplant and also mixing that with some of my Mare on Paradise paint in red. And having those together, I'm going to be having a deeper magenta color, and this is really going to help create some depth in this makeup look. So I'm going to be applying this all over my eye, and I'm even going to be bringing this into the cracks as well. And once again, because I'm going to be using a little bit of a smaller brush, this is going to help kind of naturally create some deeper crevices in the gashes as well. So next, I'm just going to be taking this magenta eyeshadow along with the purple eyeshadow and also this dark purple eyeshadow from my James Charles Unleash Your Inner Artist palette and just setting all of this before going into my Ben Nye Bruise Wheel. Taking the light purple color, I'm just going to be applying this around the gashes to kind of help create some irritation. Next, I will be taking my Mare on Paradise paint in white, and using this, I'm going to be creating some highlights. So I'm going to be applying this right up against the gashes. So right after the gashes, you have the highlight, and then it's going to be going into the irritation. And this is really just going to help make it look more lifted from your skin and help make it look more realistic. I'm then going to be going into my taupe eyeshadow and applying this around the gashes as well, and this is really just going to help aid the illusion of these gashes looking like they are swollen and lifted from your face. I'm then going to be taking my black eyeshadow, and using this, I'm going to be applying this all over the eyelid, focusing mostly on the lid and lower lash line just so that we can have a little bit of a dimension going from lighter to darker, and then on specific areas of the gashes where I really want to help create the illusion of having deeper areas and also shallower areas where the knife's cutting or whatever didn't go in as deep. I'm then going to be taking my pink eyeshadow and applying this to the highlighted areas of the eye socket area, and then I'm going to be going into my Mare on Paradise paint in black and starting to create these stitches, and I'm just going to be applying this all over the gashes. I'm once again using a reference photo and just making sure I can kind of get as many as I need, and definitely make sure to keep all of these horizontal because they are all horizontal. He doesn't have any that are in crosses or X's, so definitely just try and make sure that they are all going one direction. And then after that, I'm going into my 𝐷𝐼𝐼𝐴N Pro Paint in Fuzzy Bear Brown and just creating a few little freckles on my face. Next, I'm going to prep my eyelashes by curling them before going into my Tarte Tardiest Lash Paint Mascara and just sweeping this through my eyelashes. And then once that is done, I'm going to be going into my Mare on Paradise paint in white, and we're going to begin highlighting the little stitches that we have. So I'm just going to be applying this to the underside of every single stitch just to kind of help make it look a little bit more 3D. I really liked when I had done this for my Sally tutorial, so it's kind of something that I've just kind of continued to do. Even if it doesn't make it look quite as realistic, I like the effect that it gives. Next, I'm going to be taking my EXE lashes in Cherry, and I'm going to be popping that onto my upper lash line. Then I'm going to be going into my Mare on Metallic Powder in Silver with my mixing liquid and just creating a few staples and also creating the metal in the gash before continuing to add a few more gashes all over my cheek and body because I felt like the neck area was kind of a little empty and I definitely just wanted a little bit more action going on there. So I just quickly went ahead and inserted a little wound right there that he doesn't have, but I went ahead and added for my own artistic happiness. And that is the completed Glam Chucky makeup look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below what you'd like to see next. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my Halloween videos. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!